Alright, this video is for Investigator College until I actually manage to get there and help you with your Year 12 Archery. We're at the Eastern Training Centre in Lausanne, Switzerland. So Nicky Stuut, who has shot for Australia last year in Ireland, is going to be helping me out here, and we're just going to go through about 10 minutes on just getting you through your beginner's course. I know other people are going to see this and might potentially disagree with me. However, we will do the proper Archery Australia stuff when I get home. This is just the basics to get you going over the next 2 weeks. Okay, so we're going to quickly go through the equipment. So if you can look at Nicky. Nicky, if you can just point out which part of the bow is the riser.
So this is the riser, the centre part, which some people call a handle.
Yep, perfect. And the limbs, please.
These are the flexy bits on the end that move when you pull the string back.
Yep.
Top and bottom.
The string.
Self-explanatory.
Yep. The knocking points.
This bit here. So your arrow goes in the middle of these 2 points.
Yep. The rest.
This one here. So the arrow sits on top of that.
Okay. The arm guard. Yep. Perfect.
Stops the string from hitting your arm.
And your finger tab.
This is my finger tab. So they're all a little bit different, so you probably have something that looks similar. It sits on your hand like that to protect your fingers from the string.
Exactly. All right. So now we're going to move on to stance, and like I said, this is going through really quickly because we're going to try and knock it off in 10 minutes. Okay? So what I want you to do is you always start at your feet. We're using a ground quiver here because I know that's what you guys have got there. Pretty much, if you can pan towards the target, we're using target 5. Luckily enough here we've got a yellow line. If you're doing this at the gym in Coghlan, you may potentially just put an arrow on the ground pointing towards the target, and I just want your feet shoulder width apart with your toes touching the arrow. But in this point we've got the yellow line. Archery can be made really difficult. It doesn't need to be, okay? It's pretty much just yourself making a T. So Nicky, if you can just make a T like this. Yeah. Put your bow in your hand so it's facing the correct way. Now if you can bring this hand around, that's as basic as it needs to be. This part here is anchoring somewhere along this jawline. Okay, I know that people are going to disagree. It goes further down, and yes, it may change when you get to high performance, but we're doing this for a beginner's course. So if you can have a look at Nicky, she's just found a repeatable point. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing in this. Okay, so Nicky, if you can please knock an arrow. Excellent. So all we're doing is putting the knock on between the knocking points. The cock fletch is going to be facing towards the archer. In this case, Nicky is a right-handed archer, so she draws the string with her right hand. The fletch will be facing towards her, and the hen fletches, generally set up in this way, will be facing towards the bow. Okay, Nicky, if you can just go through your shot sequence, and if you can talk through, that's going to save me.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
So I need to put my fingers on the string. My pointing finger is above the arrow, and my second and third fingers go underneath, like so. And then making sure that we've got a good firm hold on the string with our fingers. My bow hand is nice and relaxed. Point towards the target, pull the string back towards my face. So once the string touches my chin and my nose and I've got my sight in the middle of the target, release.
Okay, so that's pretty much how it is, okay? Yes, once you're shooting a bare bow, and I can't remember, I'm sorry, whether you've got sights or not, so I'm assuming you don't. When you draw back, can you draw back again for us, Nicky? Now Nicky's because she's gonna be anchoring in the same point each time, she can use the point of her arrow as a reference point. So when you draw back, Nicky, where is the point of your arrow at the moment aiming on the target?
It's not on the target, it's in the brown box underneath the target.
No, that's fine. So you can pick any point on that back wall that you've got. Nicky's point is the brown box at the bottom. There's a little spot that she can see. She sees the point of the arrow at full draw in the brown box, and when she releases, it goes towards the target. Obviously she's a little bit high this time, so she might aim a little bit lower in the brown box and get the height right, okay? Now remember, you're using beginner's equipment, okay? Nikki, if she's shooting her bow, she's shooting outside at 70 metres, she's going to get groups like this, okay? And if, with sight. So you're using beginner's bows. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just enjoy it. Go through the shot sequence, okay? Think about where your feet are. Think about knocking your arrow onto the string. Draw back, anchor in the same spot each time. This will tend to happen, okay? Slide up and try and look down the arrow. Everyone does it. The goal is to follow the process of the Year 12 archery training program, okay? And that is to have one finger above, two fingers below, okay? Just here, anchor jaw on the top of your hand. All right, there's lots of other things that people might tell you. Stick to this. You're trying to get the most amount of points you can for your Year 12. Follow your teachers, all right? Daishi at that school is great. He's been doing the archery program for years and had excellent results. So stick to it, listen to what he's saying, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks, Nicky.